Hi guys, it's me again. My name is Ariel Douglas and I'm a poet. It's day 30 days of poetry. If you haven't seen any of the other videos, I would suggest going back and watching them. There's some pretty good ones in there. Some that probably aren't as good, but we all have different taste. This poem is one of the better ones I've ever written. Most of my good poetry comes out of the deepest emotions, and that's the case here. I was in a relationship at one point. It was abusive, not as much physically as it was verbally and emotionally and mentally. It was very manipulative and sexually coercive, that kind of thing. Anyways, so I wrote this poem about that. So it's really super personal, and that's part of why I saved it for last. So I hope you enjoy it. Please don't leave any rude comments, because if you do, then you're just an awful person. Anyways, so I wrote this poem June 2nd, 2018, because it's been just within the past couple years that I have been realizing that what happened to me was abusive, and that I was almost raped once or twice during this time, and I've been dealing with that a lot. With that realization, not very often, but occasionally it just comes up. And like I've said before in these little explanations, poetry is how I deal with things sometimes. So I'm sharing this with you, and I hope that you like it / get something out of it. This poem is called To Trust Again by Ariel Douglas. I believed you. I trusted you. You broke me. You used me. You never loved me. You took my heart, my mind, my body, and threw it against the concrete floor where it fell into a million, billion, jillion pieces. It's taken me so long to pick them up again, to build them into something that I thought was worthy of being told that I was loved. You caressed me in the beginning, tenderly whispering what you thought I wanted to hear, what I thought I wanted to hear, directly into my ear as your hand crept up my body to wrap around my throat. You whispered that I was beautiful, and you loved me more than you'd ever loved another, ever could love another, and I believed you. I trusted you. But that was a lie. You were incapable of loving anyone but yourself. Nonetheless, you whispered that you would love me forever, and that it wouldn't matter in the end because we'd be together, so we could go ahead and start now, right? I wanted to believe you. I wanted to trust you, you whispered. And you told me that it was love, that the women on the screen did it, and you loved to watch them, so why couldn't I? You slowly grew angrier and angrier, but I couldn't see it. You loved me, okay? It didn't matter what else you did or said or you whispered. You loved me, and I believed you. I wanted so desperately for that to be true. I trusted you. Because when you're 15 and someone tells you they love you, you want to believe them. That's what they say anyway, in the songs and the music that you pumped through my head. You threatened me. You wanted what you wanted, and it didn't matter to you what I wanted. You screamed. You fought me down. You tried to take what I wasn't ready to give, but I got away. I ran away into the solace of your living room, where you couldn't hurt me without someone knowing. You followed me. You whispered. You were sorry, and you didn't mean it. It was okay. You loved me. I believed you, but I like to think I believed you a little less. I trusted you, but I like to think that I trusted you a little less. You told me that if I loved you, then I would show you like the women on the screen did. That you could stop watching them if only I'd love you that much. That you wouldn't end your life if only I could love you like they did. You told me that if I didn't do what you said you needed me to do, then you wouldn't be alive much longer for me to love, and that it would be all my fault. You held me down, you whispered to me. You twisted the words that I wanted to hear, you twisted them into a noose, and coaxed my heart willingly inside. It hung there for a while. I asked you to leave. You wouldn't. You said that you loved me. I didn't believe you. I could no longer trust you. I told you to leave. You wouldn't. You screamed that you loved me and that it was my responsibility to reciprocate that love. I'd promised, you said. But I couldn't remember that. I had a hard time remembering any of it. The pain, swallowing the memories until there was nothing but the pain. I screamed for you to leave and never come back, and still you're there, haunting me, in the corner of my mind, in the corner of my sight, in the corner of my life, stalking me, reminding me of when you convinced me that you loved me, of all the things you made me do in order for that to stay true. You forced me to relive it with every tender touch from the man who means what he says, with every gentle word from the man who I can trust, but I can't. I'm still learning to trust again, no thanks to you. I thank God every night that I escaped you, and that he is allowing me to trust again.